When the era of top play in Geometry Dash started to popularize and expand to the player base, the top levels in the game were very unique, using features in the game in ways that players had never seen before. Levels such as Extreme Park by Rabbidical and Silent Club by Black P2S Full, uploaded around late 2013 and early 2014, showcased impressive mechanics like using tough memory and quick but consistent spam as the main gimmicks to ramp up the difficulty of what was thought to be possible, even though later the latter was discovered to be verified illegitimately. This unconventionality is seen as a staple of old Geometry Dash top play, dominating the scene until a specific update dropped, completely changing how this style of level was built and the gameplay used in them. 1.9 1.9 is seen by many players as the most revolutionary update to the game, adding features that are used without any thought in the modern day. The two biggest examples of this would be the ability to use any song on Newgrounds, adding that extra level of customization for levels to use. However, the main addition which changed how top levels were built was a new game mode, the Wave. This game mode was simple, not needing to worry about gravity or velocity, and being able to know exactly where the icon will end up after some set of inputs, but that simplicity was the factor that made the game mode the killer of the uniqueness of top play. The Wave took over the scene, contributing to the steep increase of both difficulty, but also similar gameplay across not only just top ones, but also hard levels in general. Still, the Wave could be used uniquely, and many new styles were invented for it, such as the circle style, seen most famously in Sonic Wave, then claustrophobic gameplay, such as the Golden, and most recently, a style that is the main culprit for lack of originality, Slaughterhouse. Of course, there is uniqueness in the ways these levels are built, but after the fact, best seen with Sonic Wave and Slaughterhouse, the ways new levels are built after, for difficulty, are skewed towards their formats, and even just redecorations like the former, not helping the underlying problem with repetitive top play. With all this, it helps the top of the top, since their quick adaptation to all these common styles allowed them to skyrocket their still way above any player's reach, making it seem impossible to reach how high they did in the early 2020s. The Wave game mode was a blessing to the game, but also led to a huge aftermath in how the game was played at the highest level, which finally led to change, done by doing something only the most creative thought of at the time, not abusing the Wave game mode and doing something unique. Of course, players had released non-Wave abuse levels throughout, shown by some top ones such as Zodiac and Tartarus. However, there was something building around 2022 that would kickstart and bring light to this issue, contributing to the creation of what some would call the unconventional level. Limbo is a mega collab by Mindcap and more that was meant to be, and was, the hardest memory level in the game, added to the list on January 1st, 2023 at number 7. Because of how big the level was, it became super popular with even casual players and some non-GD players, leading to the ever-increasing addition of the Unconventional to the Demon list. Since then, there were themes to each year's top level's unique list, although more created outside the themes. The levels do not have to be created or rated in the year of the theme to be applicable for it. In 2023, the theme was the Impossible, having 5 in the top 30 spots in the Demon list. These levels were Hard Machine by Comp, Edge of Destiny by CD Music, Succumbent Circles published by Diamond, Abyss of Darkness by Exen, and the hardest, Silent Club Step by Salient. All of these levels were considered out of human reach at some point, and either nerfed to extreme status or kept as is to be verified as an unconventional level. Then, in 2024, the theme was the Unethical, having 7 in the top 30 spots in the Demon list. These levels were Codependence by TC Team, Belladonna by Cherry Team, Eyes in the Water by Hawkeye, Poo Cubed by Lisp, The Lightning Rod by Lavatrex, Boobawamba by Akunakun, and the hardest, Nullscapes by Kiba. All of these are levels that are unique enough in at least one part to have players complaining about its insanity, and are way off the beaten path of a normal top level. Finally, in the last full year of GD, 2025, the theme was The Lengthy, having 8 in the top 30 spots in the Demon list. These levels were Firework by Cherry Team, Menace by Aragon, Spectre by Xander, Anathema by Nicrodox, Every End by Mindcap, Tidal Wave by Onilink, and the hardest, Flame Wall by Narwhal. All of these are levels that were made with the intention to be XL, of which the length makes some of the difficulty. Now, in 2026, more levels are being created, and at the end of the year, the community will have created a new theme to the game, expanding the styles of top play. Now, in 2026, with the addition of all these levels to the list, the community is seeing more and more previously unknown or smaller players rise to the top, specializing in the styles of unique levels to cement their mark with modern giants like Zoink, W Popoff, and more. Most notably, Quattrocientos finally got the spotlight he deserved with the verification of Flamewall, now placing at the second place spot on the list. He wasn't an unknown player per se, but his hardest before the verification was Belladonna, being a top 29 on the day. Players like him and Spooked, who snatched the first victor on the now top 4 Nullscapes, are examples of the effect of the unconventionality on the modern list. If the top players wanted to keep up, they had to evolve with the new names coming in, and some did. With Codependence, players like Doggy and Diamond came in and learned how to play the 2-player game mode, where there are 2 icons controlled with 2 separate inputs, beating the level solo. Finally, now with the rise of WizKid and his spamming technique, combined with his skill at the game, players like Purell and Paper Guy are able to rise quickly, and previously mentioned Zoink and W Popoff had to learn the alternate spam for levels like Thinking Space 2, the now top 1, and maybe for the crazy level Cognito Hazard in the future. Now, on June 22nd, 2026, the date of recording, the list has evolved from the wave abuse slop that it once was just a few years ago. Instead of the endless Sonic Wave remakes and similar gameplay spanning top play, we now have 22 out of the top 30 levels as something other than the old wave-based meta. From the remake of Thinking Space by Kyrox as our top 1, to the solo creation of Menace by Aragon, to the top 5 of Orbit, and all the way to the crazy ideas of Akunakun, with based after based. These creations have improved and evolved the creativity and accessibility of the list from what players thought to be possible all those years ago, popularized by that same creator of the top 5, Orbit, we visited seconds ago, Mindcap, with Limbo.